Hey everyone, I'm Leah Cullis, and this is one of my biggest teaching tips. Let go of perfectionism. Now, I know that's really hard for a lot of us, especially if we've come from other fast-paced careers and we're shifting into teaching yoga, or you're just wired up as a type A personality in general. But the thing about yoga is that it's a practice. And teaching yoga is a practice as well. And when we teach classes, we are inviting our students to expand their life force energy and also expand their sense of what's possible in their bodies and in their lives. And those are really, really big goals. So if as a teacher, you're focused on saying the right thing or making sure you stick to your sequence, or if you mess up, how do you clean that up? You're focusing on you rather than on your students. This lesson really came to life for me. It was probably about 6 or 7 years ago, and I had just done my first videos with Yoga Journal with my teacher Baron, and we filmed 3 videos, and on the car ride over I was telling him how these are going to be big and how so many people are going to see them. He was teaching and I was demoing. And I was in side crow for one of them. And he was assisting my feet and he was really into his teaching. And I got a little too much for my own body in the assist and I fell. I fell flat on my face inside crow on a video shoot. And I immediately got back up, but I was so embarrassed. I was kind of mad, and I was flustered. And from that, I've never shared that asana video, ever. And then about a year or 2 later, I was attending a workshop, and another teacher in town, who was a bit older than me, she came up to me before the workshop, and she said, Leah, I got your Yoga Journal video as a part of a course that I'm doing today. And I said, oh, really? Which one? She said, side crow. I said, oh, side crow. She said, yes, side crow. And she said, you know, I was practicing along and I was watching your practice and I just found it really unrelatable. She said, you looked really perfect in the postures and your hair was done perfectly. And I actually stopped practicing and I was just watching the video and I didn't really like it. And then you fell on your face. And then I got back up and I started practicing again and it was a really great class, so thank you. And whoa, did that hit me like a ton of bricks. Because it wasn't me getting the poses right, or even my teacher saying the right thing that most resonated with her. It was that there was realness. Like I fell out of an arm balance so much that I landed on my face and it was available online. And from that, I really took a step back in needing things to look one way in my teaching and also in my practice too. And with that, I've freed up my own energy. And as I lead and guide other teachers into teaching, that's the biggest block that I see that comes up for us when we want to get things right, rather than look at the holistic view of creating a dynamic and life-affirming experience for those divine beings that showed up on the mat with us. So, as a teacher, let go of trying to be perfect. Every class that I've taught, I've said something wrong, I've cued the wrong side, and sometimes I've completely fallen on my face. But we have to know our edges to find our center. We have to be willing to push our own boundaries to find where we are most powerful. And when you do this, and you allow yourself to be imperfect in your expression, you actually invite your students to do the same. you communicate through your being that there's not just one way to do things. And in fact, perfect is kind of boring. And perfect is a really narrow aim. So aim for their greatest expression, what most works for them. Allow your classes to be an invitation for life expansion, for breath, for exploration, for creativity, for fun. And that's going to free up more energy than aiming for a perfect pose, aiming for a perfect class, or you trying to be perfect. So let go of perfectionism and allow yourself to step fully into your power. If you want more tips like this, please check out my book, Power Yoga, Strength, Sweat, and Spirit, and check out my website, leahcullis.com. I have an online mentorship program coming up specifically designed for teachers to help elevate your offerings. And I'm also releasing 2019 and 2020 dates and offerings for teachers soon. So I look forward to seeing more of you. Thanks so much for tuning in. Namaste.